Good morning, Magic players. Welcome to the morning show where we discuss all things Magic the Gathering. Get your questions fired up. Let's have a great discussion this morning. Also, we do deck list review. So if you got a 75 you'd like some feedback on, submit it to us. Both myself and the community would love to give our feedback. Check that deck list out. So brew up your coffees. Let's brew up some Magic this morning. Welcome to Coffee and MTG for May 20th, 2021. I am your host, Nikachu, the Merfolk Master. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to Steven, James, Ulamogs, Leontaz, Steven, Massimo, Vielki. Good morning, Mikey J, Lace, James, Michael, Lee Rock, Anonymous, Walter, MTG Ectoplasm Chemical, Drengoa, Jake, MTG Box, Nathaniel, Scythrone, Fraser, Steve, Steven. What's more important for Burn, Sunbay Canyon or Fetchland? Sunbay Canyon. Because, well, you know what? They're both, you know what? Actually, I'll take that back. Probably the Fetchlands matter more if you're using Searing Blaze, and Searing Blaze is more important to the current metagame. Anyway, good morning, everyone. We got a little bit of news. It's actually interesting. The BNR announcement from Wizards of the Coast. We knew there was something that was going to be posted yesterday. Wizards of the Coast completely dragged their ass on this announcement. I think it got published something like 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Took absolute forever. That was the longest lunch that they probably ever had to post a BNR announcement. Maybe they sort of forgot about it. Maybe they wanted to generate artificial hype because people are like, hey, where's the BNR announcement? Where's the BNR announcement? Maybe now that we all know that they're not going to post it, maybe they're going to do something different. Maybe they're going to change their minds. BNR announcement. May 19th, 2021, banned and restricted announcements. And the single most important part of this announcement, completely unseen. No one saw this coming, people. Almost nobody. I saw only one person on Twitter. They recognized it. And that is that this BNR announcement was done by Jay Parker. Where on earth? Where's Ian Duke? Where's Ian Duke? Every single BNR announcement has been done by Ian Duke for as long as I know. I don't even know who was before Ian Duke. For all I know, Ian Duke invented bannings. What happened? Where did he go? And who is this Jay Parker? Who are you, Jay Parker? I have no idea who you are. So I tried to do a little bit of investigating here. Jay Parker, MTG Arena game director Chris Clay resigns from Wizards of the Coast. Jay Parker will take over. I don't have any other information other than that. Jay Parker may or may not be the current game director of MTG Arena. Oh, by the way, Thassa's Oracle also got banned. In Historic. Thassa's Oracle's banned. Well, Thassa's Oracle is a powerful card that has created combo decks across multiple formats. Until recently, it wasn't a force to be reckoned with in Historic. However, with the recent printing of a tutor card and the fine-tuning of that archetype, Tainted Pact, we've seen the rise of the two-card combo in Historic to the point that half the field for the past league weekend utilized the combo due to the power of the two-card combination, and because we expect that Thassa's Oracle is likely to cause problems down the road as Historic continues to add new cards. Thassa's Oracle is banned in Historic. I actually don't agree with this BNR announcement. Thassa, don't get me wrong, Thassa's Oracle, hands down, is a very strong combo piece, but you usually have to work hard to make this thing work. I mean, it's not like an easy win in all the other formats. Like every other format that uses Thassa's Oracle, you got to try hard. You know, you're not gifted any of these wins. I mean, maybe they didn't want to ban Tainted Pact. So here's the deal. Like, if there's another deck that is broken by Tainted Pact, we all know who really got the card, who really should have been banned in the first place. But Tainted Pact is the new card, so people want to play with the Tainted Pact. I have to admit that the decks made with Tainted Pact are a little cool because they're full of one-ofs and stuff like that. Because that's the only way you can make really good use out of Tainted Pact. Yeah, it might be BS in EDH, but in Modern, Pioneer, Legacy, I think even to an extent Vintage, Thassa's Oracle's okay. Thassa's Oracle's okay. Anyway, this is the first time a merfolk's been banned? I want to say it is, but maybe I'm wrong. But, well, that's precisely why they're banning it. Those games are boring, long, and not good for viewership, along with the previous reasons. Yeah, but it's still a combo deck. You know, I mean, combo decks are allowed to exist, basically. But this card is not very fair. I mean, you build your deck around this card. You find anything you want in your deck. 2-mana tutor, put in your hand, right? Repeat this process until you put a card into your hand or exile 2 cards with the same name, whatever comes first. Anyway, so long, Thassa's Oracle. We'll see how history shakes out for you. Should have been Tainted Pact, should have been you. We'll wait and see. Although I have to admit, they didn't exactly unban Arkham's Astrolabe after they banned Uro, because it was very clear that Uro was the problem, or Uro was a much bigger problem. I think Astrolabe is definitely worthy of being banned in Modern, but it was very clear that Uro was the real problem. Astrolabe was just good value. Are we getting any few cards spoiled for Modern Horizons 2 today? I mean, we'll wait. We wait for the announcement. I have not heard anything yet. I have no information on Twitter. I got nothing for you at the moment. Something's coming out today. Something is coming out today, but I don't know when. Thassa's dead. We are free. So good morning, everyone. Okay, let's get back to some questions. You know the drill, everyone. 3 question marks before the question, 3 question marks after the question helps me find your questions amongst all the comments that you post. Oh, and you can skip the line with super chats. You donate with a super chat, your question gets pushed to the top of my feed. Or if it's like $2 or less, it gets highlighted in chat. I will still see it. I will still see it. Daniel Wilcox. Nikachu, can I run Spell Queller as a budget replacement for Skyclave Apparition in Blue-White Fish, or am I better off running Bind the Monster or some other interactive card? You are much better off running Bind the Monster. Like, the point of Skyclave Apparition is not to... Like, we've got the counter spells, right? We're merfolk. We've got the counter spells. The point of Apparition is to deal with the things that are already on the board, not for what's in their hand. So I definitely would not use Spell Queller as a budget replacement, because that's not the point of Skyclave Apparition in the first place. So Bind the Monster is a possibility. Maybe even Oblivion Ring or something like that. I don't know. Like, the nice thing about Apparition is that you can, or not Oblivion Ring, what's it called? Detention Sphere. The nice thing about Apparition is that you can put into play with Vial. You can't do that with those enchantments. But definitely something that interacts with the board is where you should be. How many more formats does Oracle get banned? I don't really... I mean, maybe one day Vintage, if there's like this combo that can just get Oracle out and play turn 1/2. Or I should say restricted. They ain't gonna ban this thing. James Gilberto. Oh, Gilberto. Was the auto win condition of Thassa's Oracle too powerful for Historic with all the anthology cards? I think the problem is it was just a 2-card combo. You get your tutor, you get the Thassa's Oracle. GG. Thanks for coming out. It's like it's pretty, like, you could get this out turn 3, so that's pretty fast for Historic. They don't have the answers yet in Historic. They don't got the Force of Will, the Force of Negations, right? It's got some power level of Modern, but like the clunkiness of Pioneer. I shouldn't say it's that powerful. They're still within the Pioneer range. Hawk Coldman, don't lie to us, Nikachu. You spelled Pikachu wrong, and that's how you got your name. You got me. You got me. The P is like so far away from the N. Walter asks, are there any cards in Modern that can deal with / shut down Planeswalker static abilities? Ooh, the static abilities? No. I mean, basically you have to remove it from the game. So you have to use things like Detention Sphere, Skyclave Apparition. Like, you have to just deal with the permanent on the battlefield. There currently, as far as I know, there are no cards that would do something like that. There might be some card out there that's like enchant target permanent, enchanted permanent loses all abilities, and still even then I don't know if it would remove their static abilities. But for the most part, you just have to remove the permanent. Yeah, well, there are cards. It's called creatures, and you attack them. That's how you do it. Gavin Young, is there a format to play old standard formats? No, but Wizards of the Coast on Magic the Gathering Online, they once did like a throwback event where like you could play old standard decks against each other. That's the closest, but there is technically no format. I mean, you just basically tell people, hey, you want to play, I don't know, Innistrad, Theros standard, you know? Was that even a thing? No, I think I'm too far back. Where like that block is too long. You want to play Innistrad, Ravnica standard? Do you think Baleful Strix could come into Modern anytime soon? I don't think soon, because they printed Icefang Quaddle, which is so damn similar to Baleful Strix, so I'm just assuming that we're not going to get Baleful Strix for a little while. Not that I don't think... I think it's fine for Modern. I think it's fine. If we can have Icefang Quaddle, we can have Baleful Strix. Have you heard Gravestorm might be back? Of course. We discovered that on the show here. We were going through all of Mark Rosewater's little hints. Nicholas asks, do you think that something needs to be banned in Modern? Not really. Not yet. Not yet. We're getting close. I think right now Modern is okay. I don't mind there being one good deck, though. Is it prowess? I hate playing against it, but I think we're okay right now. Like, the Modern format is still pretty stable. There's a lot of diversity. There's a lot of different decks that you can play. I think it's pretty healthy. Jose, hello. My playgroup is saying True Name is coming to Modern, so I stopped listening and came here. Am I the only one who thinks it's a bad idea? So, I mean, I've gone over this before. We talked about it yesterday. This card is beaten up by millions of different cards. There's no way True Name Nemesis would take over Modern. We went over what? We went over Liliana the Veil. We went over Plague Engineer. We went over, what's it called? Dead of Winter. There are a lot of... There are other Edict... I mean, we do have Diabolic Edict in the format. Golgari Charm. Anyway, there's a lot of ways of dealing with this card. It's not invincible. You can play Supreme Verdict on it, and it will die. So it's not the... And also, for 3 mana, you can just die on the following turn. You know, they attack with all their creatures. Temur Battle Rage, one of them. The blocking doesn't matter enough. So, yeah, Liliana Sweepers. So, it's not invincible. I think it would be complete. I think a lot of people would lose their mind when they see True Name Nemesis, and then they would realize it's not that bad. It's like, it's really not that bad. What is your favorite card that you wish was playable in Modern? Thieving Magpie. Wish this was playable in Modern. Oh man, I would play a Thieving Magpie deck. So cute! It's a 4-mana 1/3 flyer. Deals damage to an opponent, you draw a card. The value, people, the value. Bury your opponent in card advantage. Sad reality is that Jace the Mind Sculptor is a strictly better Thieving Magpie. What can I say? D-Tie Gaming, my friend is thinking about getting into Izzet Blitz as his Modern deck of choice. Is it worth building into as there's a chance of something getting banned? I think it's still worth getting into because no matter what they ban from the deck, like, the deck is going to be playable. It'll bring the power level down for sure, so don't expect it to be like super tier 1, tier 0, but it will still be a playable deck. It might be of the power level of like Mono Red Prowess as it is right now, unless they ban multiple pieces from it, which even if they did, it's still, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Because the worst is if they ban the creatures. There are some replacement creatures, but they're not nearly as good as Swift Spear and Soulscar Mage, or even Sprite Dragon for that matter. But there are still some replacement creatures. Tyler asks, what makes Azorius Merfolk make you feel more confident than Simic or Mono Blue? Skyclave Apparition answers anything. Ensnaring Bridge, Karn the Great Creator, Death Shadow, Tarmogoyf, my opponent's Ether Vial. It's just so versatile. It's just so good. And if they kill the Skyclave Apparition, no big deal. And I can clone it. I can clone the Apparition with my Glasspool Mimic. Gavin, will the Explore package ever be used for Historic or Pioneer, as in Wild Growth Walker and Branch Walker and Jade Light? It might see play again in Pioneer, but I doubt it's going to see play in Historic. I mean, it used to be it used to be a package like in the earlier days of Historic, but now it's just grossly too powerful. Like what Wild Growth Walker is doing is not that powerful. It's not that big of a deal. White Iris, thoughts on Bant Soul Herder in Modern? Very fringe deck. It's too dirtily. Like, it's so dirtily. I'm not gonna lie. Being a little dirtily right now is okay, because the format is slowing down. The only fast decks are still just Death Shadow and Prowess, but the rest of the format slowed down by quite a bit. So maybe Bant Soul Herder is in a better spot than it was before, but there's still a lot of removal out there. There's still a lot of removal, because there needs to be removal for the Prowess deck. I personally think the Bant Soul Herder deck is just very, very dirtily. Lofaten. What is the next fast mana card that needs to be banned in Modern? Next fast mana card? I don't think there's anything in particular. Maybe... I don't know if this is considered fast mana, but maybe Mishra's Bauble, because Mishra's Bauble helps you... It offers more mana to Urza, and it also can help ramp out an Emery and then continuously get like mana out of it. So that could be considered in some way fast mana. A 0 mana card with upside. Dylan Hilliard, how many Modern Horizons 2 sets are you buying? Are you buying collectors or just waiting until the hype dies down? I'm not buying anything. I'm a singles buyer. I'm buying singles. Now, I polled everyone yesterday asking, hey, how many boxes do you guys buy as competitive players? Turns out you guys buy quite a few boxes. So, you know, about half of you buy boxes, about half just buy singles. I just buy singles. I will wait for the boxes to get cracked. The price is going to go down, and then I'm going to buy. That's my strategy. Don't buy in the beginning. I was forced to buy in the beginning, actually, for Force Negation, and I got lucky doing that, because Force Negation ended up being played by a lot other decks than Merfolk, and the price skyrocketed. MTG Ectoplasm, if Wizards of the Coast has a problem with 2-card combo, why is Heliod, Walking Blister, or Spike Feeder not banned? 2-card combo in Historic. Historic does not have any answers. Now, 2-card combos are still problematic, and that's why I've said in the past, like, this Heliod deck probably is going to eat a ban. We probably need paper events to come back, and for there to be a big GP, and there's 4 copies of Heliod in the top 8 to prove that the deck needed a ban. That's all. Chemical Acid, the real question, how is your day? My day is great. Thank you very much. Thanks for asking. You're welcome. I love my videos too. Jaybird says, next Wizards big moneymaker, reprint old sets in order to redo old standards so reprints come out and people can play old standard again. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Reprinting a very old set. I wonder what that would do to the economy. People would okay, they can't reprint probably with any reserve list cards. But that would be interesting. Reprinting old sets, but they neglect to print the reserve list cards. Urza Saga Remastered. I was about to name Morphling, but that's also a reserve list card. Better Oracle combo is Oracle Demonic Consultation. Yes, but that's not legal in like any format except Vintage. You ever plan on playing chess against viewers? Well, I'm not a chess channel, so no plan to do that. I might, like, when I have more leisure time, maybe I'll start like being on Twitch and just because I play chess on some downtime, but I usually play on my phone, not my computer. I'm all down for some chess streams, even like if 30 people are watching me. And I could play against viewers. It's possible, but I have no plans for it any, like, in the immediate future. I can hear there's a little interest. What does Nikachu do in chess? It's so hard for me to stream chess, though, because I have a very hyper complicated, like, style/strategy. I'm just brute force calculation. So nothing really makes sense when you're watching, and it's really long-winded for me to explain every single one of my moves. Did you open packs of Time Spiral Remastered? Curious on the cardstock quality. I did not. Do I own any, though? I don't think I got anything because I didn't need anything. Sorry. Can't help you at the moment. Mauricio. Hello, Mr. Chu. Can we expect Fire Blast in Modern Horizons 2 or Chain Lightning is the limit? You know, I was expecting Fire Blast, but then one of the hints, Mark Rosewater said that as an alternate as an alternate cost to cast this card, sacrifice a mountain. So it sounds like we might get like a watered down version of Fire Blast where it deals like 2 damage and you can sack a mountain. They might give us the watered down version. When to buy fetch lands? Hard to say. You know that they're going to go down when they get reprinted, but you don't know if they're going to go down further than if you were to buy them today. I know for certain the time to buy it was like 6 months ago or 3 months ago. James asks, could Historic and Pioneer benefit off restricted rather than banning cards? At least get one of to play and test with, help feel out the power level. In my opinion, yes. I think we should bring restricted cards back to competitive, not back, like they're treating restrictions only for vintage, but I think this would be a great tool for Pioneer, for Modern. There are a lot of cards that are not strong in small numbers. They're just not even that good in small numbers. I think restricting cards would be great. How strong is Mox Opal when there's only a 1 of in the deck? Are you really going to be playing an artifact deck for that 1 Mox Opal? Is Twin good enough if you have only 1 Splinter Twin in your deck? And it would maintain more secondary market value, so people will still get to play with the card just at a reduced level. Anyway, I think it's good for all formats. Mike EJ, is it safe to say that all the cards in Strixhaven are the confounding conundrum of the set? Nope. Actually, I'm gonna have a video coming out talking about the most impactful Strixhaven cards. It's already being edited. Can I give you a spoiler? Here you can see a little bit behind the scenes here. You see a little bit of behind the scenes for all of you. That's all I'm gonna show you. You got that? It's in the works. There are a lot of good cards that the people aren't paying attention to that came out of Strixhaven and had a big influence. Why do you think Is It Blitz is such a big deck now that completely superseded the Heliod Company deck? Maybe it's expressive iteration, you know? That's good value in that deck. That's good value. Coldman, what is the most expensive card you own? I think it's a Gaia's Cradle. You know, it all depends on the market. Oh, no, wait a minute. It has to be that foil Oboro if it's really $2,000. Let's go check that out. Let's go hunt TCG Player. See if there's any Oboros for sale. Show me all your Oboros. So the deal is, like, I tried to sell a foil Oboro at a GP Vegas, I think 2018, maybe it was 2019. And what happened is they offered me $70 when it was like 130 US on the market. I'm like, you know what? That's not bad, but it's not great. I'm going to hold on to the thing. So the foil's not that insane. How do I filter? Let's look at foils. No pricing options because there's none on the market. Oh, let's go to MTG. Well, then we have to go by what MTG stock says. I think this is a little BS, is all I'm saying. Oh my god, it's even higher than the last time we looked. We're now at $3,500. Does anyone want my Oboro? I'll send it. double sleeved in top loader. I'll pay for the insurance and everything. I mean, this is nuts. I mean, maybe this is a good time to just throw it on like eBay for $3,000 or something. Now, anyway, so they didn't give this vendor didn't give. Actually, I won't mention the vendor, but the vendor gave me great prices on everything except this foil Oboro. And then I was like, well, okay, I'm gonna keep the foil Oboro. And yeah, that's about it. I kept the foil. I have a foil English Oboro. I have also a foil Chinese Oboro that's in my merfolk deck. But I still have another extra Oboro, and this, if the price is right, this would be the most expensive card that I own. Opening bid for Oboro, $200. Can we look at eBay? Maybe I'm gonna go to eBay. Are there foil Oboros on eBay? I'll go to eBay.com. Well, I don't know if this says anything. So we got one near mint from China. We got, what is it, near mint? Near mint English foil Oboro, $250. But someone insane here says 2005 MTG Saviors of Kamigawa. Sorry, Saviors of Kamigawa foil Oboro, Palace in the Clouds. BGS 10. They want $20,000. They're probably not going to get it today, but maybe if they wait long enough, maybe. Corner is only 9.5. I don't know. I think I want a little bit of a discount. You know, can we bring it down to 15,000? You don't got perfect 10. How can you give it pristine 10? Is this just an average? Did they round up? Anyway, well, I guess this is the market price. Where does this 3,000 nonsense come from? Who's selling? What marketplace has it for 3,500? This is stupid. But how about we look at our friends at Card Market? What's going on in Europe here? Oh, do I have to have an account? I'm going to accept your cookies. Just let me look stuff up. Oh, what? I can't look stuff up on Card Market? Page not found. Okay, get me somewhere. Oh, why do they do this to me? Why can't I just browse? All right, whatever. Okay, but aside from the foil Oboro, then oh, choose magic. That's not intuitive. Okay, we're in, people. We've infiltrated. Check out Spiritual Asylum. Yeah, we could go check it out. Okay, where's the foils? Where's the star? We gotta see more result. Oh, we better filter. We gotta use the filter here. Only foils? Yes. Show me the foils. Okay, where are we starting at? 40 euros. Oh, for the French one. Okay, where's the... We're looking for English. The English okay condition. This is not a $3,500 card. You lie, MTG stocks. Why is it doing this? Anyway, we're done there. Okay, so what is something got bought out apparently? Asylum, Spiritual Asylum. I have to admit, I like, maybe the numbers are a little BS. Well, this isn't that big of a deal. Are you talking about the foil? Oh, the foil went to the moon. I see. We're at $266. The foils will do that. Like, well, one day everyone realizes, oh god, there are none left. They're all gone. Well, it's too late. Creatures and lands you control can't be the target of spells or abilities. When a creature you control attacks, sacrifice this thing. Yeah, they had stuff like that back in the day. They had stuff back like that back in the day. Don't you do anything, and then you're gonna lose the protection. What is your second favorite island artwork? Shoot. Boom, I found it. I like this one. I actually like this one a lot. It's a pretty nice island. It's one of the oldies, but it's pretty good for a basic land. I like the framing. I like the colors of blue. I like that they put a little green in there. They knew what they were doing. Okay, I'm going to get back to some older questions. Do you think Wizards of the Coast should abolish the reserve list? It's a weird... I think there is no need to do anything. I don't think there's any need to abolish... I think people want the reserve list abolished for the wrong reasons. Like, they're prohibited from doing something. The only circumstance where that might be slightly true is for Legacy. You know, but it's really funny. People will say, well, we want the reserve list abolished so that they can reprint the old cards. Look at Modern Singles. They can reprint that all they want, but they don't. They're just going to keep it prohibitively expensive anyway. So what the reserve list does, it actually brings some mystique to Magic. Like, hey, look at this game. It's got valuable cards. They're really old and they're super expensive. Like, that's the only way Magic really gets into mainstream media, is when, like, the beta Black Lotus reaches $1 billion. So anyway, I don't see any reason for them to abolish the reserve list. Not for it, but, like, there's no reason. I don't hear any really good concrete arguments for abolishing it. I want to use it in Commander. Well, then proxy the damn thing. Or, like, the edge you get from a reserve list card is, like, really minuscule in Commander. You have bigger things to be you have bigger problems in Commander. That's just my take. So, I mean, like, I'm not trying to defend the reserve list, but the people who want the reserve list abolished, it's like, you're not going to achieve what you want to achieve. You're just not, it's not going to happen. That's all. Abolishing the reserve list is a bad idea, in my opinion. They should not abolish the reserve list. I will say this much. If Wizards goes down the direction of abolishing the reserve list, that means Wizards of the Coast must be in so much trouble that they have no more ideas left. Because the reason they're still making so much money is because they still have new, fresh ideas to make money. The day that they run out of those ideas and they start like, well, hey, let's cash in on these really old cards. That might be a really bad sign for Magic. That would be a really bad sign for Magic. Be a sign that they're like reaching the bottom of the barrel. We're in trouble, people. What's your opinion on you win the game cards? They're fine. So long as it's hard to achieve that winning board state. You have to pick the game. Oh, you have to pick, the game on card market. Oops, I didn't go far back enough for these questions. Casper says, in the past 2 weeks, gone 7-0 with Modern Slivers at my local game store. Congratulations. Modern Slivers, maybe there's something there. Strixhaven is a better drafting set than Kaldheim? Can't say. I don't draft. I'm not a drafter. I have no opinions on this. What is a Boro even used for? It's a commander card. Mainly for landfall. So whenever the landfall mechanic gets featured in a new product or a new set, a Boro goes up because everyone realizes, oh, that's a landfall card. I can get the landfall every turn. Bounce it to my hand. Get the landfall. It's sad, but it's true. I mean, that's how it is. So if a Boro genuinely is $3,500, or even if it's like genuinely around $250 or $500 for a foil Oboro, it's because of the ponies valuing landfall. I need my stuff to trigger. How do we do it every turn? Well, I don't want to do it with land drops. I want to do it returning this back to my hand and playing that thing for a land drop. What if I run out of lands? A Boro Palace in the Clouds, people. It's hilarious. And the foil one, it means they foiled out their landfall deck. Some people and their money, people. Some people and their money. Chemical Death. Is it worth it to play Lurrus with Boggles since you can't play ley lines? I would say yes. Consider this. There's going to be games where you take out the ley lines from the main and then you could use Lurrus, so that probably does have a benefit against some decks. So I think it is worth it. So I don't know if you have leyline in the main, but let's say you do. You could still have Lurrus in the sideboard and act like that's a sideboard card that you never actually bring in. You just side out your ley lines, and then the Lurrus is all of a sudden active going into games 2 and 3 against the appropriate decks. I think it's possible. What do you rate it in chess? I'm on chess.com/LeeChess. I'm right around 2100 to 2200. I think I'm higher on Lee Chess. My Canadian rating is like 2270. My US rating, I think, is 2180. And my FIDE rating is around like 2090. Do you think Strixhaven is the most balanced set? If you compare it to everything in the last 2 years, yes. It is very balanced and not too crazy. What makes a card pushed or overpowered? Well, it's usually in the combination of other cards, but it depends how many things it does and at what the cost. It's doing too much for too little. It's always how it is. Too much for too little. Counterspell in Merfolk. Will this make Mono Blue top spot? Not necessarily, but it will improve Merfolk for the most part. Dragon Maxim, what do you think about Gruul? Does red, green as main colors need support? In what format? We need a format here, people. I mean, it seems like it's a deck in every format. I don't know about Pioneer, but definitely in Historic, red-green aggro is a very strong deck. In Modern, you have the you've got the Ponza deck that is just strictly red-green. In Legacy, you have Rug Delver. You just have to splash blue and you got your red-green deck. Do you think Strixhaven is underpowered? No, it's an appropriate power level. You could say it's underpowered because let's look at a card. Let's look at a, what was it called? Can someone name me an inspired card? I think it was, was it inspired? It was the one where when it untaps. Yeah, so we have like Fellhide Spirit Binder. Okay, so let's look at a card like this, Fellhide Spirit Binder, which had this garbage. The set, I think Born of the Gods, inspired. Whenever Fellhide Spirit Binder becomes untapped, it had this mechanic where if the creature got untapped, you had an ability. But oh my, that is so bad. That is like such a delayed ETB effect. It's so garbage. So the point is, like, when you have these like really situational benefits on top of a creature, the cards are usually just garbage. They're like so bad. They're just basically draft cards that are really hard to see play. And the deal is there is just so many of these cards in Strixhaven. The creatures particularly are really weak for the most part. They're just terrible. With the exception of Clever Lumimancer, which is very easy to pull off. But there's like a lot of cards that, you know, if you target this creature with a spell, you get some abilities, you get some storm abilities, but like there's very, very few of those creatures that could actually see competitive play. The rest of them are just complete draft crap. So maybe it's underpowered in the way that, you know, the creatures were just blatantly unplayable. Daniel says, Strixhaven isn't underpowered, but when all you've been consuming for the last 3 years is cocaine, coffee just doesn't seem to put pep in your step. I think it's like still pretty underpowered, even for I mean, you might say maybe it's normal powered for a set, but I think most of the creatures are real garbage. Like I don't know if most of those creatures will even see Pioneer play. You know what I mean? I don't even know if they see a standard play. Like, the set came out, and I think people criticized it, saying, okay, nothing's changed in Standard. Sedgemoor Witch is kind of slept on, in my opinion. Young Pyromancer, but better at everything. Mana cost matters. Mana cost matters. It's still, you could be right. It is, like, that is a good one. Because it doesn't require you to target it or anything like that. It's just you cast spells and boom, you get the ability. It's got evasion. You get a little bit of value if you try to kill the Sedgemoor Witch. So, I mean, I can agree to an extent. There is some value here. But 3 mana is still 3 mana. Like, it's modern. So you better do something amazing by turn 3. And this is not exactly amazing, so you better be controlling the board at this point. Yeah, kind of hard to play these cards while Eldraine cards are still legal. Oops. Adams asks, so you talk about the Clever Lumimancer being good. So what do you think of Sedgemoor Witch? I've seen some modern decks with it. It's a completely different thing. So like I said, okay, here's the deal. In Modern, people are going to set up a board by turn 3 to kill you by turn 4, in general. It's just how Modern is. How are you setting up to win with this card? Now, ideally, you are probably stabilizing the board, which is good, which is fine, which makes this thing playable. But it's going to be hard to get value out of the Magecraft unless you play a free spell. At least with Young Pyromancer, you could have 3 mana in play. You play the Young Pyromancer, you play like a Bolt or something, you get some value out of it. But here, the only value you're going to get is your opponent losing 3 life, I think. So you play play this thing for 3 mana, and you're not going to get that much value unless you play it way later in the game. Whereas Clever Lumimancer, you can die on turn 2. That's the value in this card. It's played early, gets underneath your opponent, and kills them. And if not turn 2, then puts their life total low enough that they'll die on turn 3. Or they're an easy target by turn 3. Jeremy asks, sorry, just getting on. Do we know when MTG Weekly is doing their Modern Horizons 2 spoiler today? Nope, you never know. I mean, generally speaking, maybe around 11 to 12 Central Standard Time, but we don't know yet. If anyone knows, send me the link. Link me up. Is Magecraft a good mechanic in Modern, or are there just a few creatures that are good? I think it's just a few creatures that are good. When you play a deck like this, it's got to be few creatures, a lot of spells. And decks like that are vulnerable to removal, for the most part. Or their ability sucks. You know why? Why is Clever Lumimancer good? Because it's 1 mana. Not going to complain about the price. And the ability is quite strong. It gets +2/+2, which is this a superior prowess. It's the same thing as prowess, but an extra power. Dr. Glass Bottle says, I'm stuck on 2 different decks. Black Tron and Whirzal. I need some help picking. Maybe Whirzal. You know, we were shown a Whirzal deck the other day that was half Lantern Control, half Whirzal. I can't find it, though. I don't remember the username. But it exists. I don't know what you get out of Black Tron. Unless you're talking about green Black Tron. So there's that. Remember when they were suspending cards in Historic? Yes, they gave up on that idea. Not only did they give up on that idea, they also seemed to give up on the idea of like banning cards on Monday. They said, if we're going to ban a card, it's definitely going to be on Monday. Well, what happened to that? Why are we emergency banning cards on Wednesday? And yeah, I totally agree. I thought, why aren't we going to give this thing a chance? What if the Tainted Pact is still good? What if the combo is still good? Maybe it's not Thassa's Oracle we should be banning here. You know, I agree. I think in this case, it's like they know this deck is a problem. Something's got to go. That's what it's and that's just what it was. They knew something had to go. Anyway, people, you know what time it is? I know what time it is. I think the rest of you know what time it is. Oops. Sorry for blowing some people's ears there for a second. It's deck list review time. But we do have a super chat. Vaughn Mitchell with the super chat. Thank you very much, Vaughn. I appreciate it. My friends are switching from face-to-face to Fusion Gaming. I live in Nova Scotia, and apparently shipping is still timely. I will try it soon. Great. Awesome. And also, that's a great segue to our sponsors. Fusion Gaming Online. Fusion Gaming Online, the premier place to, I guess, buy cards in Canada. Deal of the week this week, 15% off all Mirage Visions and Weatherlight singles. I don't know what you need to get from these sets. I don't know what the Commander All-Stars are here. I see a lot of, like, Legacy All-Stars here. I don't know if any of these cards see play in. Does Lion's Eye Diamond see play in Commander? Like, does this card have any purpose? I can see all the other cards. Vampiric Tutor, Enlightened Tutor, Natural Order. I don't see Lion's Eye Diamond, but maybe people know better than me. Anyway, deal of the week, 15% off all Mirage Visions and Weatherlight. Don't forget, use coupon code Nikachu at checkout. 5% off all your purchases. So if that 15%, you get to double the coupons here. You get the 15% off and the 5%. How can you go wrong? Also, they got Modern Horizons singles and sealed product you can pre-order. And I'm still waiting to see what this fishy over here is. Hopefully it's a good one. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, premier place to rent Magic cards online. Definitely, if you want to play the most competitive deck, or you just want to play all sorts of random jank day in and day out, you do that with Mana Traders. Rent a new deck every day. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 15% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu. Again, thanks for the super chat, Vaughn. I really appreciate it. LED with Breach makes some sense. Combos with Underworld Breach. Okay, so they want to like discard their hand immediately. LED is a Storm player's dream. I'm guessing a wet dream. Preview card for Modern Horizons 2, 2/2 Merfolk for 3 blue pips. Tap and sacrifice to draw 3 cards, then discard a card. Is this a real card? Or are you just BSing me here? Someone early in chat said Reddit had a better leaked image of the Merfolk package. Really? This is pretty clear. I don't know where this image came from, but I mean, that's pretty clear, in my opinion. I just don't know where it's from. Okay, hold on. I gotta selectively... Where is my favorite song to listen to here? Just being picky with my playlist. Oh, here we go. Sun and Moon Apparel Shop. It's beautiful. My favorite. All right, let's get into... Oh, yeah, Decklist. How does Decklist review work around here? It has a... There's a method to the madness. Go into my description. Go into my description. Go find my Discord, join my Discord, then go to the channel Decklist Review, and in Decklist Review, submit your deck list using the command !review deck space, give the URL to your deck list, and you will be eligible at random to be chosen for Decklist Review. Oh yeah, why do I keep showing this? I don't need the twitch.tv. I'm a little sloppy today. I'm getting really sloppy. Oh, I love that. Yeah, the Wheel of Sun and Moon. All right, let's get into Decklist Review. There's a lot of submitted lists. Did I forget to, like, clear the queue yesterday? What happened? Why is there so... There's 40. Good luck, everyone. Mizu. Congratulations, Mizu. You're the next contestant on Decklist Review. And on a site that I am not very familiar with. Oh my God. Do we have... I think we've got a new winner. This is worse than deckstats.net. It doesn't even give me a... Oh, it gives you something on the right? This is terrible. This is so bad. This is a new winner for the absolute worst viewer. Worst, like, deck viewing viewer. No, do not. And don't send me notification. They want to send me stuff, too. Is there any way we can, like, look at this deck better? Do I have any other modes? Alright, we're just gonna have to do it this way. I don't know what you people can see, because everything is so small. But we have Hex Drinker here. This, okay, I think we gotta ban topdecked.com. This is very bad for, this is the absolute worst review I've ever seen. This beats deckstats.net, which was pretty low. I didn't think we could get worse than deckstats.net. So we got 25 creatures here. Hex Drinker, Stoneforge Mystic, Tarmogoyf. Thank God I know what these cards do. Wrenn and 6, Lightning... Oh yeah, so all the creatures are labeled horizontal. That's a great idea. Look at the spacing! Look at the spacing here. Bone Crusher Giant, Ranger Captain of Eos, Skyclave Apparition, Bloodbraid Elf, Toski, Bearer of Secrets. Okay, so we got some Naya action going on here. We have Lightning Bolt, Path to Exile, Lightning Helix for our instance. Only one Path to Exile, 4 Lightning Bolts. I can... yeah, it's okay. Sorceries, 3 Lingering Souls. I think you're really clogged at 3 mana. And when you get to 4... I mean, I guess it has good synergy with Toski, to be honest. It has good synergy with Toski. You have Maul the Skyclave, Sword of Feast and Famine, Batter Skull. Those are okay. Yeah, Sword of Feast and Famine is a good one. 19 lands. Is 19 lands enough? I don't know if 19 lands is enough. Maybe it is with Wrenn and 6. Sorry about the formatting. Didn't really see it on PC. I guess maybe this is a very good... Well, usually they'll give me, like, the option to, like, switch up the formatting. Oh, side. No, this doesn't change anything. So I guess this is a very good website for, like, on mobile. Oh, this is just absolutely... Like, because normally at least we'll pop something up when I move my cursor over the card. We get nothing here. Then when I click it, I get a big picture of the Bone Crusher Giant, but not really... And okay, I guess we see the stats here, but it's sort of useless. You know what I mean? So what do we think here? So, okay, so my initial feeling is, I mean, it's a solid deck. It's solid. We might want to be higher on the Path to Exile and Lightning Helix. Sorry, more on Path to Exile than Lightning Helix, but Helix is okay too. I feel like we're a little light on land though, especially since, you know, Stoneforge Mystic is a little mana intensive sometimes. Because if you are on 19 lands, you play Stoneforge Mystic and they bolt it or something, then I mean that Batter Skull is just gone in your... It's gonna stick in your hand forever. Probably we can. Let's see. Do we have a single... We have a Godless Shrine in the deck. Look at that big picture of a Godless Shrine. The deck performed well at a Modern event on Monday, went 3-0. But against what? But congratulations nonetheless. I mean, what can I say? You got an idea here. Now, my only concern would be the mana base. Like, I would want more lands in this deck. Like, maybe even one more land might help. You're very short on lands, and you're trying to get to a 4-mana spell like Bloodbraid Elf. And I understand. You got the Wrenn and 6. You got the Wrenn and 6, right? You do got Wrenn and 6. I don't know if it's enough. Like, even running... What is a Jund mana base? What is Jund doing? How many lands does Jund run? Because otherwise you have a bit of a clunky deck. You have a little bit of a clunker. And you should either cut Bloodbraid Elves or add mana. Here we got Jund. 22 lands. And they play 4 Wrenn and 6. 4 of them. So honestly, I think your curve is a bit high. Which I don't mind. Maybe you should just cut some, like cut 1 or 2 lightning helixes. Or how about this? Cut the helixes or cut some lingering souls. Actually, I thought lingering souls would be more important in a deck with a more Toskies. We only have 1 Toski. Maybe just cut the lingering souls. Add 2, or even remove all 3 well, how many creatures do you have? 25 creatures? I don't know. Cut 2 lingering souls, add 2 lands. You're so high. Your curve is so high. You're gonna be mana screwed. You're gonna be mana screwed. There's gonna be a lot of games where you're like, I can cast my Tarmogoyf, but I can't cast my Ranger Captain or Skyclave Apparition or Bloodbraid Elf, and your hand's gonna get clogged with these cards. Well, how about this? Goldfish it more. Here's my suggestion. Make random, like just on a piece of paper, draw random 7 cards, and you're saying, oh yeah, I could keep this, and then write down how often you get to 3 lands on curve. Maybe you don't even always need it on curve, but 19 lands I know is just way too low. And your curve, there's some Zoo decks, they'll be fine at a lower mana curve, but I don't know about this one. This is pretty high. Again, I don't know how Wrenn and 6 changes the math here, but we look at Jund, and it's pretty stock at this point. They're the ones playing a lot of 3 mana. They play 3 mana cards themselves. Your curve is higher than a Jund deck, and they play more lands than you. I think that says something. The rest of the deck is fine, though. Like, the idea is fine. What do you have? So Ranger Captain of Eos can go grab your Hex Drinker. That's pretty good. And it's not like you can't do anything with the lands. You can use the lands to pump up your Hex Drinker, or put Batterskull in play and play a 2-drop or hold up interaction at the same time. Lingering Souls is really strong with the swords. Okay, maybe okay. We'll leave Lingering Souls alone. Maybe we'll cut some Lightning Helixes, or maybe some Bloodbraid Elf should be cut. I like Bloodbraid Elf, but like it's very expensive in this deck. It's so expensive. Toski seems like a build around more than a random what of. Maybe cut Souls and Toski. No, but apparently the Souls are good with the Souls are good with the swords. I can't really verify that. I've never done it before, but I know that everyone who plays Lingering Souls and Stoneforge Mystic, they can attest. This is like an unbeatable combo. Okay, what's going on in the sideboard here? It's not even on the same page. I gotta go to a separate page. This is your sideboard, Stonecoil Serpent? What the hell? Why? Okay, Burnt-in Forge Center, I can get behind that. This card makes no sense to me. Get rid of this. Veil of Summer is good. I don't know what this card is. Choose target artifact or enchantment, its owner shuffles it into their library. That's fine. I can get behind that. There's some interesting tech versus Heliod while still being good against other decks. Shuffle that Heliod away. Get out of here. Damping Sphere is fine. Sort of Fire and Ice is a good idea. Hex Parasite, I guess, is fine. Stonecoil Serpent sucks. Add another, like, Weather the Storm, another Mistcutter Hydra if you want, and another Burnt-in Forge Tenor. I think that's good. Coil for Niv? What? The Reach? I don't think that matters. And again, we just talked about Great versus Niv to Light. What does Stonecoiled Serpent do against Niv? Reach, trample, protect. Oh, protection from multicolor. True story. So what? It's indestructible, but you still have so few lands, and they can still Kaya's Guile it away. I think if your opponent's smart, it doesn't change anything because they can make you sacrifice it, and they could just blow up the board with Supreme Verdict. Anyway, I don't believe in Stonecoil Serpent. We'll just say you play with the card. If you like the card, if it's always working for you, keep playing it. But I think you have a lot of one-ofs that could be doubled up to like two-ofs. Like the one-of... I mean, it's... Okay, it's fine to have one-ofs in your sideboard, but I would prefer to double these up than to have the Stonecoil Serpent. But maybe I'm underestimating like how damn good this is. Seems good at like 3 mana or higher. I don't know how often you get there. Anyway, that's my thoughts. And if Stonecoil Servant doesn't work, you know what to do. You know what to do. Anyway, so I hope some of that feedback was useful. Definitely up the land count. That is not sustainable. If the next time you get mana screwed with 19 land mana base, you gotta remember Nikachu told you so. You had to up that land count. At least by one. I'm just curious, does the Nintendo music keep people around for Decklist review? In the past, when we got the Decklist review, people would I don't know, half the people would leave. Now I put on the Nintendo music and people they stick around. They want to hear what's coming up in the Nintendo music. They like it. Hey, good luck, everyone. We have 41 people submitting lists. What's it, a day off somewhere? Gavin! Congratulations, Gavin. You're the next contestant. On Decklist review. This previous song was Goldenrod City or something from Pokemon. We like nostalgic game music, Nikachu, don't we all? Sultai mid-range, Gavin. Let's go. MTG Goldfish. The gold standard for Decklist review. What's the format? Pioneer. All right, people, get your Pioneer caps on. All right, Llanowar Elves. Paper Play is coming back. We're sticking around because we can finally play it again. Oh, yeah, sweet. True story. Llanowar Elves. Hydroid Krasis. Okay. Oh, no, yeah, I forgot. This is Pioneer. Hydroid Krasis, Branch Walker, Wild Growth Walker. This is like the classic historic deck, right? Jade Light Ranger, Murderous Rider, Hostage Taker, Pelucranos, Unchained, Ravenous Chupacabra. This is literally the historic deck in Pioneer. Vivian Reed, Cast Down. I mean, it was a solid deck in Pioneer. It was a solid deck in what's it called? Historic. Gavin wants to check the description. All right, we have a description. This is a deck I play with my friends. All the decks are Ravnica Allegiance standard based. Instead of Pelucranos, I play 2 Finality. Just trying to make a more competitive list with my 5 friends. These are the decks that we play that will help my sideboard. So there's a white aggro deck, a mono red deck, an Esper hero deck, and 1 Nexus deck, and Esper control. So I'm guessing what you're wondering is what's the best sideboard? So there's 1 white aggro deck, which I think you'll do fine against because you have so much life gain. And you have pretty good walls. So white aggro deck should be fine. I'm not going to click each one of these links. Mono red, you should crush because of the life gain. I don't know about the Esper hero deck. Okay, maybe I will look at this. Oh, it's one of these go wide decks and get a lot of value. And they have a sweeper, right? Don't they use oh, I thought they used Rathakaya. I don't know what you want against this. Maybe I want to say Languish, but I don't know if that's in. I don't know if that's in your. All of the decks are Ravnica Allegiance standard based. So here's the person that's playing the standard format of the past. Yeah, Hero is definitely more of a mid-range deck. We have 1 basically combo deck, Nexus, and an Esper control deck. Okay, so you have a mid-range deck. You have a combo deck. Well, Duress is going to be good. Soul Guide Lantern is a waste, right? How is this useful in this set? I don't... What deck is this good against? Unless there's something I'm missing from the Esper control deck, it's playing with, I don't know, something in the graveyard. I didn't really want to go and look at every single other deck, but I guess search for his Kanta. It interacts with a little bit. How does it interact with Nexus? Nexus gets exiled, right? Oh, no. No, it doesn't get exiled. It gets put back into the library. Nexus never gets... Nexus of Fate. If Nexus of Fate would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal Nexus of Fate and shuffle it into its owner's library instead. It never goes there. You never get an opportunity to exile Nexus of Fate. It'll never happen. How do you exile in response? It says, if Nexus of Fate would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal Nexus of Fate and shuffle it into its owner's library instead. It will never get there. It's not when it's put into the graveyard trigger. It's if. If it would be put, do this instead. So you never get that. You never get that moment. Like, it's not like Emrakul. Or maybe hold on, let's compare it. Emrakul. Maybe I'm wrong. When Emrakul the Aeon's Torn is put into a graveyard from anywhere, so it gets there, its owner shuffles their graveyard into their library. Nexus of Fate. If Nexus would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, but it doesn't actually go there, reveal Nexus of Fate and shuffle it into its owner's library. Yeah, it's a replacement effect, so you can't. Yeah, it doesn't replace. So you gotta. So your sideboard, you gotta switch this up for something else. I mean, duress will sort of. Well, duress not really. I mean, you gotta ramp up your aggression, I guess, if you want to beat the deck. Yeah, it never touches exile or graveyard. Okay, ritual suit. Play a third one of this to beat that hero deck. Everyone wants to know what the music is. We're having a party here. It's called Spicy Calamari Incantation Splatoon 2. Just look up Spicy Calamari Splatoon 2 and it's probably good enough. Oh, Unmoored Ego is a good one. Yeah, we're in the blue, right? That's a good idea. Citroy's there with the big brain. Unmoored Ego will answer everything. So add some Unmoored Egos, you name the Nexus of Fate, and boom, it's over. What else is there available? There's... I'd say play another Ritual of Soot. That might be the best you can do without changing too much else in the sideboard. I think the rest is fine. 3 negate for the Nexus deck and also the combo deck. Like, I think against the creature-based decks, you'll be fine. One more Ritual Suit, and that's it. Those decks are just lights out. And, of course, your main deck is totally fine. There's nothing wrong here. All right, glad we could clear that up. Yeah, that Soul Guide Lantern is useless in this metagame. That's why you come to Decklist Review. We fix your decks up! We know what we're doing between myself and the community. Got some good suggestions out there. That Unmoored Ego gonna just completely take that Nexus deck to town. They can basically scoop from there, right? You show them the damn thing, it's over. Anyway, that's gonna be it for Decklist Review. That's also it for Coffee and MTG. If you want to see the replay, go check out Nikachu MTG Streams, my alternate YouTube channel. If I didn't get your comments, questions, or deck list, hey, we do this 5 days a week from 9 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time from Monday to Friday. Also, if you love Coffee and MTG, you can't get enough of this, you want to support it somehow if you aren't already, you can leave a sub at twitch.tv. You can become a Patreon or patron at patreon.com, or you can hit the join button on YouTube. Those are all valid ways to support the channel. And I'm just going to thank everybody for showing up today. It was a great conversation as usual. Great talking about the historic ban list and the change in, I don't know, the change in power. It's Ian Duke's not in charge of banning the cards anymore. Now it's some sort of J something. I don't remember anymore. But it's not Ian Duke. I hope Ian Duke comes back. I miss him already. So as usual, keep brewing that coffee. We'll keep brewing up magic. I'll see all of you guys later.